will put toe to leather and will get started. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Minnesota Golden Gophers offense takes the field to start this game off. And, David, this offense is built around keeping it on the ground and feeding the beast at running back.
Yeah, and he is a grown ace man. That dude, it starts and ends with him. Jesse, how nice is it to have a running back that you can turn, hand the ball to? He's going to get positive chunks. Defenses fear him. That's a really nice place to start on offense.
And it doesn't matter how many guys they have in the box, right? Every single week, defense is key on stopping this guy, and none of them can do it. He is so dynamic, a true game changer for this offense.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. He'll pull it on the read. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time. Offensively, the defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Cradles it at the 35. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. So Ohio State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week, and watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick, the ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will, a really nice day, and I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game, maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
That's caught. It's Smith. He's out of bounds after a really nice game, but there is a marker on the field. So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's 2nd down. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Quarterback adapted. Fires on the move. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And
he lobs one high down the left side. Oh, right through his hands. They came out attacking, wanted to impose their will, and they missed a big chance on that one. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. And he is knocked down immediately after the catch. That punt coverage team had its hair on fire. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Snagged out of the air. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
great job by the defense, forcing a fumble, but bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Leaves it with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Gets the back moving. Dropping back. It's Sayin. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
And that's where quarterbacks, they got to be very assertive. They got to believe what they see and really pull the trigger. But the longer they wait and they get off rhythm or off timing, a lot of times it ends up in incomplete passes.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Tate. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38 in the lead first down. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously, the politically correct answer. But you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Really nice first down run. And you're seeing why this running back is an every down type. He can run between the tackles. He can run outside. He can catch the football. He can block. This guy can do it all.
To the air on 2nd down. Blasted as he lets it go. Got his man downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
So for the defense, yes, you gave up the completion, but you keep rushing the passer like that, eventually you might be able to affect the quarterback a good amount throughout the game.
And the Buckeyes look to keep this drive humming. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. A great job of the base defense making a play.
Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
These 3rd downs are so critical in deciding the outcomes of football games, especially when you start to get closer to the end zone. You drill it. You practice it. This offense needs to be dialed in, needs to be in rhythm, and needs to execute on this 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense. The Buckeyes will try to pick it up on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Well, I love the play call by the defense there on 4th down. They were expecting pass, and they didn't decide to just lay back and play zone coverage. They were going to dial up the pressure. They bring the blitz, and they just overwhelmed the offense.
Breaks into the open. Got the first down and still on his feet. He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line, and the running game making its presence felt. The Golden Gophers come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Right back to the well. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
He's going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
And I I think on that last play, that's an example of the quarterback trying to predetermine who he wants to throw to, and instead of letting the defense dictate who gets the ball. Man coverage, that guy was not open that time out on the perimeter of the field. Still, he gave him a chance, but that thing had incompletion written all over it from the moment the ball left his hand.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Sets up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Golden Gophers will try to pin them back with the punt. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on fourth down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field. They got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. This defense will try to force a fourth down on third and short from the 45. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. The Buckeyes will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Punt is on its way. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Nothing but punts as a result of the first three offensive drives, hoping this one gets a little more done. Makes the grab deep. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. That's the way to start a drive. Now they'll snap it just shy of midfield. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
And I think QB's rushing, especially in the RPO game. You want to get that ball. Okay, I'm pulling it now. I got to throw a strike right now and get it on him. And you can tell, throws it to the left and doesn't get it to his wide receiver. It's just maybe a little bit of hurrying too much.
Gets it out fast. Turning it on. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get the third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
You know, on a play like that, third and short, as a quarterback, you're looking for your easiest throw and your shortest throw, and that's to the tight end. He's a big target, he makes the catch, and now the drive stays alive.
Coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Here's the handoff. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Once first down, the defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Finds his man. It's Coleman. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't make the connection to pressure there. Calls the missed timing.
Quarterback trying to attack the middle of the field. I like the aggressive nature, but his receivers aren't 9 feet tall. No one's going to catch that. No one can climb the ladder. You got to bring it down a little bit.
A strike downfield. He's out of bounds after the good pickup, and what a way to end the first period. It has been all defense all the time in the early going as we wrap up the first quarter, and the stats certainly reflect that. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Defense trying to come up with a stop on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Here comes the heat. Makes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Here comes the offense on first down. Trying to turn the corner on the left. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run. Not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Trying to pick up a first down. Tight end now in motion. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. It's a draw. Found that space and picked up 6 out to the 33. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. To the air, it's Lindsey. Using the quick game. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And here's a fumble way behind the line. what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep two hands on the ball as well. They're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience, bounce that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Not a lot of good plays for 3rd in California, so you're just trying to get a completion and help out your punter, but they can't even get that executed.
The Golden Gophers send out the punt unit. Catches it at the 30. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They really need to find a way to punch back on this drive, already down 14. There he goes!
Well, I know he was struggling to get going early in this game. That right there, though, was easily his best run so far. And this is one of the more talented running backs you're going to see in the entire nation. They need more runs like that to get this offense going if they're going to win this game.
They'll run play action. Grabbed in the backfield. It's the ball. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And a really nice job by the defense winning 2nd down. I think the quarterback thought he could dump this off, maybe get some positive yards, set up a good 3rd down. The defense did a great job responding and getting that running back on the ground.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. The Buckeyes will send out the punt unit. He'll make the fair catch, but there is a flag on the field.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
You got to give him room and let him catch the football, and if he's called for the fair catch, you just have to stay back. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick release on the RPO. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Back to throw, it's Lindsey. Oh, they're after him! Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, oof, that would be a fun day.
And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Fires to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
What about that move to pick up a few extra yards to the 35?
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly, and that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now. Looking to throw on 3rd.
Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. And the returner will be brought down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Looking to pass. It's Lindsey. Bringing the heat. On the move and looking deep. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. He's knocked down the one play to come up with the interception.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
And the offense takes the field eager to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Back to pass on 2nd down. That's reeled in. It's Smith. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Zings it complete to the right. It's a game of 1st downs, and they've got one after their own 37. I don't blame them. They're going to keep working this guy out of the slot until somebody finds a way to stop him.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you? Man, you find a matchup that's working, and you got a guy with this kind of athletic ability in the slot, dude, keep finding him, keep using different routes. So far, the defense doesn't have an answer for him.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Working that left side now. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. Reads it, fires complete. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The kick is on its way. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. They'll move the tight end. The give to the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Got a little work done on 1st down. Now back to the line. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Got a man. It's Tracy. That'll be good enough for a 1st down. They'll mark it at the 30. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. And I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys and waking everybody up. This coaching staff is going to have to make some halftime adjustments, but they're going to have to give an earful to their guys to come out here in the 2nd half and start making some plays.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Taylor. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a 1st down. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Finds some fresh air. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Lindsey. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Fires to the wideout. Got a man in the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that one sails through the back of the end zone.
I know that shot down the field was incomplete, but you got to keep taking shots. Those receivers love to go deep. It gives them a breath of fresh air. They get more excitement. They're going to the quarterback with a little bit more juice because you know you're feeding them. So I would keep taking deep shots down the field.
And here on 2nd down, they'll send out the field goal unit to try to get 3 before the break. And this one splits the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Quick screen to the speedster out wide. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, but that one will make those halftime stats look a little nicer as we head to the break. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Golden Gophers will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments. They've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the 2nd half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the 2nd.
Can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to bully their way for the first. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. If they could somehow find their way into the end zone, a 2-possession lead. Oh, it's a fumble! Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
Guys, this offense will go back on the attack. To the air. It's Sayin. Rushes on him. Makes the grab. It's Smith. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. The Buckeyes have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Looking for space. It's People. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
It's complete to the right.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking for a chunk play on 2nd and short. And he will score! Touchdown, Buckeyes! Try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, a couple of Mountain West teams colliding in a game that could have some implications. San Diego State is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Snapdragon Stadium today. They're trailing by just 2 to Colorado State. Just another week in the Mountain West where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back to pass. It's Lindsey. Throwing right. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
And if you're going to win games, you've got to hit on the home run type plays, and that was a great opportunity right there. The receiver has got to be able to look that football in and make the catch.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. That's caught. It's Taylor. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play.
Hold on.
They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. And the Golden Gophers will punt it away on 4th down. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Here's the return. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
On the set.
To the air on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort. Right now, they're making the most plays.
A lot of times when you think about speed back, speed, you think on the edge. You don't think in between the tackles. You don't think about breaking tackles. They try to break your ankles. The problem is when you're trying to run there as fast as you possibly can, a lot of times you don't get to put a good hit on him, and in turn you see he breaks tackles and make big plays.
Ernie on the Jets. All the way down to the 26. 7-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. Breaks into the open. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right there.
Pulls and throws on the RPO. Takes it all the way down to the floor after making the grab, and they're set up. Now, you might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
It's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense understanding, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Quick strike complete. Touchdown, Ohio State! And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half. Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. They marched 58 yards for the touchdown on that one. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. Didn't get anything done 3 and out on their last series. They'll try to find a rhythm here. Just missed on the connection, incomplete.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inactive in his pass.
Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things, and with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Lindsey. Pressure coming. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. It's Coleman. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Golden Gophers have their offense in high gear. Off the play fake on 1st down. The throw. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Golden Gophers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play at 2nd and a mile. Wants to go up top. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Goes toward the end zone. Picked off right at the goal line. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Third and long is difficult. You have to push the ball down the field. Nothing worse than watching people dink and dunk on third and long and get tackled and run the punt unit on. I like the aggressiveness. Try to push the ball down the field. It's not the worst thing in the world. You throw an INT. It's kind of like a punt.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah, how nice, too, to have the defense on their heels, because at this point, they don't know what's coming at them. They had problems stopping everything that last drive did.
So I think this defense would come back with a little more aggressiveness. I mean, they let them have what they wanted. Now they got to dictate to this offense a little bit more.
Well, will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking downfield, it's Sayed. Tight end finds a soft spot.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Creates a little room.
The return is brought down at the 33, and the Minnesota offense will take over. First and 10.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. On the move. Short gain on the play before he slides.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Here's a heat. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet in my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Punt is in the air. Looks it in at the 40. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And the last time they had the ball, they wound up giving up a safety, Jesse.
Yeah, that was ungood the last time they had the ball. So they got to do something here offensively to get into a rhythm, running and throwing the football. Try to find that consistency, David.
And try to find something positive with this offense. Forget about the safety. Those don't happen very often. Try to get some first downs together. Get some good mojo going.
The pass rush has got to do a better job with their lane integrity. You cannot let this particular quarterback with his speed flush out to the right or to the left because he's absolutely going to kill you. You've got to do a better job collapsing the pocket, forcing him to step up into the teeth of your rush.
The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on third and short. The play action fake. Grab near the sticks. It's Peoples. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. So first down, we'll open up the final period. Use the play fake, now to throw. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Non-man receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball come out and fall to the ground.
And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead, but they can also drain that clock.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
It's complete to the left. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I don't know that there's a harder position in football to play than cornerback. You know, all the space in the game, the speed of the game, the big bodies out wide. But to be able to break on those short passes and be an open field tackler like that and give up no yards and protect deep, that's a nice job by the corner.
Might be changing the route. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. Fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week to week, it's so tough to figure the Mountain West, which is why this one is notable. San Diego State is down right now, but this young man under center today has shown some moxie. We could see a legend born in Snapdragon Stadium today. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Colorado State. The Mountain West likes to keep things...
And that is interception number 3 on the day. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32.
And I love this defense understanding situational football. You got the lead in the 4th quarter, getting your nickel packages. You know the pass is coming, and the execution was great.
Yeah, they thrive on takeaways, and they love to get into games late with the lead because one of the strengths of their entire team is their secondary, and you saw it there. In nickel, they're able to come away with the pick, and it's looking like they're going to be able to seal this game.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Back to pass, it's Sayin. Under fire. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. It'll be incomplete. Trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
All right, that's a good result for the defense. We knew coming into this year they wanted to really improve their pass defense and their secondary and coverage. Nice job there.
And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. Looking downfield on first down. Finds space on the right. And he gets it to the 45-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
A good start by this offense. Something positive on the first play. The drive is good. Listen, the hill is large, right? Like this, we need 2 scores. We got to have 2 touchdowns to get back in this game. We got to be aggressive. We got to take shots, but obviously not put the football at risk.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He'll keep it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down.
And how about the aggressiveness of this defense? I love this.
He lost 1 down the sideline. He's got it inside the 15. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Golden Gophers.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Here's the pressure. And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the...
Turning it on! Out to the 32-yard line before he goes out of bounds, and that's the way to give a little start to the drive.
Well, this defense has given up some big plays in this game so far, but they've got a lot of talent on that side of the football. Someone has to step up here, make a play, get a stop, and put their team in a position to win.
They'll keep it on the ground. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. And the returner goes down. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They cut into this lead the last time they had it, and now here in the 4th, a chance to move on top with a score. It's runs like that that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. The Golden Gophers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Pulls and fires, set of downs. Give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than they did here, but it was still a positive game.
Looking to throw, it's Lindsey. Pocket breaking down. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. Now on the return. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. Running back searching for a hole. Got enough for the first down. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38?
They've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice...
Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
It's so nice when you know it's third and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
And they'll just down it right there.
Nice job. A little hang time, getting it up in the air. It's coming inside the 10. That thing goes inside the 5-yard line. That is exactly how you draw it up.
They got him pinned back in a world of trouble, and listen to this crowd coming through. Quarterback on the keeper. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place trying to help their defense. The give is to Taylor. Couldn't find any way to get out of the end zone, and they get him for a safety.
And that's a big-time play by this defense. When you needed it the most in the fourth quarter, this game is super close, it's tight. Not only do you make a play and get a stop, you put points on the board and you get the football back with a chance to salt this football game away. That's how defenses step up late in games.
They'll get set for the free kick after the safety. Running into the open space.
Return brings it out to the 38. And your Ohio State Buckeyes will take over.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on third and long. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Fires to the big fella. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll move the wide receiver. Finding an escape route. There he goes. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
I love jet sweeps because it puts so much pressure on defenses with their eye discipline. It's really hard for these linebackers and DBs and defensive ends to locate a really fast receiver, cutting across the formation so quickly, getting the handoff. You see that time, he's able to use his speed to go get the first.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. From the gun, the running back has it. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Quarterback strolling away from heat. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. To throw, it's Lindsey. Here comes the heat. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the 1st down? He stepped out of bounds after a huge play, but hang on just a second. Defense might get bailed out here by a flag. From the gun, looking for a man. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Back to pass. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Golden Gophers moving quickly to the line. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Right on the money. Gets it out just short of the 20, out of bounds at the 19-yard line, and a little more room to operate. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. And with the game all but decided, this quarterback will take a knee. A strong, methodical, workmanlike effort from this team. No frills, just get the job done and get the win.
I love when you describe my teams like that. Just consistent, methodical, strong. I don't have to do things special every single week. All I'm supposed to do is get the W, and that's what they did.
And this is why practice is so important, guys. You can tell that this team was locked in way back earlier in the week. They watched the film. They got good looks in practice. They knew what to anticipate. They knew what looks they were going to see. And when those looks presented themselves, boy, oh boy, did they ever take advantage.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.